What is up, everyone, and welcome to another special edition of The Danny Show. I'm your host, Daniel Cody, giving you commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. And before I get started, I would like to say I just realized it thanks to the fans of NXT, but I just realized that today is the birthday of Kalani Jordan, the first ever NXT North American Women's Champion. So happy birthday, Kalani Jordan. Awesome to watch in the ring. Also, speaking of, we were going to find out the fate of the match that she will have at Halloween Havoc, but the presence of Zaria was felt tonight at the end of NXT after Stephanie Vacquier and Giulia had a pretty good tag team match against Fatal Influence. This was not a warm-up match at all. That main event was not a warm-up match, but it was actually a competitive match where in the end, Stephanie and Giulia did win with a little assist from the birthday girl, Kalani. And of course, speaking of Zaria, a great welcome on Twitter by Rhea freaking Ripley, who, and let me tell you something, speaking of Rhea Ripley, I never get tired of seeing Liv's face every time her theme song hits and Rhea comes out to the ring. So that is always enjoyable, as well as Simple 19 Dom getting beat up by Rhea is also enjoyable to watch. But let's talk about NXT tonight. We saw NASCAR winner Cole Custer assist Hank and Tank in defeating OTM. And of course, that came with a little help with Lola Vice attacking Jada Parker, every guy's favorite female wrestler for whatever reason. Just kidding. But Lola Vice attacked Jada Parker, who had a nice warm-up match earlier tonight, but she got hers when Lola Vice came in and got revenge on that tag for turning her back on her in that tag team match a couple of weeks ago. And of course, she had a dance-off with Cole Custer, which is ironic because tonight Dancing with the Stars was apparently on television. We would also see Obafemi take on one of the members of Don Callis' family before tying Don Callis up to watch Oba attack the entire family. And I gotta go on bets. I don't gamble, but I'm willing to bet it was Nikita Lyons who attacked, what's her name again? Adriana Rizzo, excuse me. Earlier tonight, she was attacked backstage. However, I think I know who did it because Nikita Lyons was seen sharing a moment with Obafemi, which lets me know that Nikita Lyons is the guilty one. I thought it was Zaria who did it as she was building up for her return at her debut at Halloween Havoc, excuse me. But now I think it was Nikita Lyons. I think Nikita did it. Not to be confused with the TV show of Maggie Q. But Nikita Lyons is guilty, in my personal opinion. The evidence is right there. And speaking of evidence, let's get down to this amazing promo. Oh, Trick Williams came out. That is the first time I've seen somebody in a fur coat without getting mad. I'm not a big fan of fur coats because I know what that means. But that's the first time I've seen someone in a fur coat that I didn't get mad at. Because the last celebrity I saw in a fur coat was Diddy. And I don't like him. I wish Steve Austin would stun him. But in any event, Trick Williams came out. Ethan Page cut a really good promo tonight about going through what he went through to get to the top and what he went through over the past 17 years. That was great. Trick Williams had some good stuff. But I got to admit, on the stick, Ethan Page, as much as I kayfabe can't stand him, was the winner on the stick tonight. However, as Jake the Snake Roberts says, never turn your back on someone you respect or fear. Trick Williams showed how he feels about Ethan Page, and rightfully so. I'm rooting for Trick Williams to win. But I must admit, Ethan Page was good on the stick tonight. And of course, in small news, the female named Soul, excuse me, she was really good tonight. That Soul Snatcher move is awesome. I just wanted to point that out. Now, as far as my predictions are concerned, Stephanie Vakir and Giulia to win the tag team match at Halloween Havoc, as well as I think this time Tony D'Angelo will find a way to retain against Obafemi. And I am rooting for Trick Williams to defeat Ethan Page and finally settle the score. And whoever Kalani Jordan faces, I hope Kalani Jordan wins. Happy birthday to her as well. Those are my thoughts on tonight's episode of NXT. I'm your host, Daniel Cody, and that's all the time I have for you today. Nice cameo with Giulia and Stephanie Vakir with the Kabuki Warriors, who had a good opening night tonight. So that was a good cameo. So those are my thoughts. I'm your host, Dan Cody. That's all the time I have for you today, and I'll be back with another review on all things wrestling. Peace.